Hello guys and dolls, welcome to another Toya's Tirades. This one is about consent, permission and objectification. Okay, so let's start by saying this. What gives you the right to message someone out of the blue and just go, oh, I really want to see your boobs bounce, or here's a picture of my penis, like it? I mean, has that ever worked for you? Truly? Really? Madly? Deeply? Has it ever worked for you? Like, have you seriously got laid out of that?
Hey guys, Charles Vice here.
Hey web surfers, I'm Kenza Chaos.
Okay, so I'm Bex and I've been commandeered again to talk about a subject matter, i.e.
Hey, Hey there guys, Kitty Kayla here.
Hey YouTubers, Beck here, good old Mum's the Witch, how you going? And I'm back here on Toya's Tirades.
Hi, I'm Katarina.
Hi everybody, it's Darkstar Media here, and me and my turd.
Okay, so here's the thing about objectification. Like, no one should walk down the road and feel like they're an object. No one should have things shouted at them. No one should feel like they should dress a certain way. No one should feel like if they're dressed a certain way that is inviting a certain behaviour.
Victim shaming, for example. Something bad happens to someone and you're like, whoa, look at what she was wearing. She was asking for it, really, wasn't she? Oh, she didn't wear things that close. I mean, who's at fault here?
As a woman, objectification is something that is pretty much a constant in a lot of ways. I feel myself relatively immune to it. Not that I haven't been objectified or that I'm not objectified, because I am, but that at the moment I have never been objectified to the point where it has made me feel uncomfortable, where I felt in danger, where I felt intimidated. I've always given as good as I've got.
It's right to see other people as objects. I don't agree. Of course, we are attracted to another in different ways. Men that like women, women that like men, women that like women, and men that like men. And I think you should have some sort of permission to not look at people maybe, but at least in the sexual act you have to get the permission from the others.
I find that, especially in this day, a lot more people are sexualized or are seen as sexual objects. It's not specifically against one gender, so it's not a man and it's not a woman. Both people can be sexually objectified, and it's not okay.
Objectification is quite a serious subject for me, and often I find myself defending people who fall victim to these kind of things.
It's a big topic, and it's controversial, and it gets people talking, it gets them thinking, it gets them arguing. It's just one of those.
They put themselves out there as objects, and then they complain when they get treated like objects. Now, I realise this is an inflammatory statement to some people.
The song by Meghan Trainor, No, it fits so well, doesn't it? Like, my name is No, my sign is No, my number is No, you need to let it go. Yeah.
Always a good thing. I mean, I would never say that permission and consent is a bad thing.
Asking someone out, because I get it can be nerve-wracking for some people. But when they say no, you then threaten them with violence or say, well, you're lucky I even spoke to you anyway, like, you're not even worth it. I mean, for a start off, why the Fraggle Rock would you even ask someone out if they weren't worth it to begin with? Secondly, why do you think that threatening someone with violence because they said no, why do you think that's A, going to make them go to you immediately, B, ever going to get you anyone else? Why do you think it's a good idea to threaten violence on someone? It's pathetic, actually. Hashtag death threats.
If someone says no, no means no. If they don't say yeah, don't try and get in if someone says no to sex, that means you stay away.
Is something that's very close to home for me because of certain life experiences, which would be better discussed in another tirade.
But my problem with it is, coming from the other side, you see that girls, this is a very sweeping generalisation, going to the clubs, you see them go out, they've got everything out, they've got tits out, arse out, and you know, that is for the sole purpose of attracting male attention or female attention. That is for the purpose of showing as much flesh as they possibly can. So my kind of thing is, how we get around it is, women need to feel like they're worth more than just being an object. I used to do it. I used to go out, dress a certain way to attract a certain attention, because I didn't feel like I had anything else to offer. I felt like that was the only thing I had to offer. And I wish someone had come along and kind of showed me that wasn't true.
On the off chance that I might wear a miniskirt, because occasionally I do, and by occasionally I mean almost never, that I wear a miniskirt and I'm out and about in town, which happens again, almost never, don't think it's okay to grab my ass or tell me that I'm gagging for it simply because I dress to impress me. Women, okay, look at us, fine. Leer at us, not so much. For a start off, it makes almost anyone feel uncomfortable if you're there going... Secondly, would you like it if a girl walked up to you and goes, nice penis? I mean, seriously, maybe it turns some of you guys on, who knows, I don't, but you shouldn't make a girl feel bad for wearing whatever the fuck she pleases on that day.
I have experienced the dick pic. I have experienced the creepy Facebook friends. They're just looking at you as an object and it's delete block time. Got a bit of a wrist injury because I've overdone it. Let's find something to hop on instead. No! Just no!
It's a pressure to people nowadays in this society, and I think it's good if a woman can say no, even if the man does a lot of tricks to get her into bed, because if she doesn't want to, she doesn't have to.
I have friends who, they're stunning, do not get me wrong, but because of how beautiful they are, they will get called out at in the streets, and they'll get wolf whistled at, and just crude remarks from other people, and that's not fair, because why would you do that?
I've had many experiences that are just kind of crappy. I've had people who have been texting me or message me on Tumblr, and even when I proceed to tell them I'm not interested, or can you stop messaging me, your male genitalia, they proceed to do it anyway. Like, they learned a whole different definition of no in kindergarten.
Great, they're beautiful, but that doesn't mean that they should have to put up with this constant just battle with people in general, and that they shouldn't want to go outside for fear of being catcalled.
My personal opinion is, you know, we have eyes and we look at things, and you see somebody who is attractive on the street, it's fine. I mean, you can watch them go and think, oh wow, you know, that's a really attractive person I just saw. It's when you yell obscene things across the street. Like, really, is that kind of the impression you want to give? Do you really want to see someone think, oh my god, they are beautiful, and then you want to go, oh yeah, I love getting tits out? Like, really, come on, is that what you want them to think of you?
No, I don't think it's alright to tell someone you masturbate to the pictures, because that is actually really creepy. There are thousands and thousands of websites with pornography on it, and I'd say that word dead quiet because my grandma's downstairs, and yeah. And basically, if you want something to masturbate to, which is, I've never thought I'd ever talk about this for a video, you just go on them websites, don't go on someone's pictures, someone's Facebook, because they didn't consent to you or give you permission for you to use their pics in such a derogatory manner.
Some people also send messages saying like they've masturbated to your pictures and stuff, and that really annoys me. Why would you do that? Why would you tell a person that? Do you not understand how awkward that makes them feel? You might think it's flattery, but it's not. I've heard people tell me this before, and it made me feel like absolute crap, because I was just like, you have used me to get yourself off. Great, thank you very much for that. I hated it so much, and I'm blushing about even talking about it.
Obviously, contrary to lots of people's beliefs, not every guy is gonna try to come up on you and lift your skirt up.
I understand that objectification happens to women and to men.
But I do know the feeling where when you're walking in a parking lot, whatever you're wearing, whether it be dress or work uniform, it's hard to walk down the parking lot in the dark without being scared that someone is standing there, especially when you hear some of the things that I've heard. And it's not fair at all that I should have to feel the need to put my keys between my fingers and walk to the end of the parking lot to my car. I shouldn't have to feel that way, and I should not have to fear that way.
Women should be able to walk outside and think, yeah, today I feel good. Not, yeah, today I need to watch myself extra carefully just in case something happens to me.
You know, you can show a bit of flesh, you can dress, you know, how you want to dress, but is it coming from, you know, your style, your expression, or is it coming from wanting attention subconsciously because that's the only attention you think you deserve? You know, I was bullied all through school, and had a go at because I was bright and I was good at school, and when I started to get attention from boys, I kind of very quickly worked out that was how I could get attention. That was how I could get people to like me, and it was the only thing I thought people would like me for. And I think a lot of young girls feel the same.
No is not try harder. No is not me being an aggressive person. No means I am not attracted to you and get the heck out of my face.
Yeah, there are a lot of pressure about losing the virginity and stuff also, and yeah, I think we have to see another for the persons we are and not as sexual objects, even if people can sleep around.
I am not against 2 or more people having fun. I mean, each to their own. Some people like it, some people don't. I am, okay with 2 people. You know what consent is. You know how to give it, and that means you should know how to take it. Take consent, because if you don't, you're literally just invading their personal space. And when you invade someone's personal space, it makes them feel uncomfortable. And when people feel uncomfortable, things escalate into madness. It's another tirade right there.
When it's portrayed in film and in television, when someone sort of goes, oh, well, actually, I'm really not that into it, if we're getting sexy or something, and that actually it's an implied, oh no, we want to, no, saying no is actually code for yes, actually egg it on, give it more, when actually no means no. Consent needs to be much more widely taught and discussed. In school, you shouldn't just have the biological facts of life, you should have the emotional connotations as well.
I didn't think intelligence, humour, kindness, any of that shit was relevant or valid or was ever going to get me liked. I thought I had nothing to offer. So I think education is needed to teach these girls and boys to value themselves, to really value themselves, not just to be a piece of meat.
It's a lot easier to be sexually objectified in a way because you can send pictures to people, pictures that they don't necessarily want. No, I don't understand why you think that you should send a picture of your body or just a part of your body for somebody else to see if they haven't asked for it.
So it's like, yeah, sure, guys shouldn't objectify, women shouldn't objectify, but how do you get people to believe in themselves and to value themselves as more than just walking sex objects?
Sorry, you shouldn't be revealing that much of yourself because actually it's arousing me. Control. You must learn control. Yoda, Star Wars.
Because their Facebook is their profile, so they're allowed to post what they want, but it doesn't give you permission just because it's on Facebook to be able to use them pictures for whatever you want to use them for. I don't think it's acceptable to call out to people on the street, but it depends on what you mean. If it's calling out to someone, wolf whistling, telling them they look sexy and stuff, I don't think that's acceptable. From what a lot of my female friends have told me, they often find it very uncomfortable and they don't actually like it when people do it.
At the same time, when people say, oh yes, you know, girls shouldn't wear short skirts because it attracts male, you know, it could distract the male teachers or the boys in the class. Well, when you give that kind of reasoning, what are you saying? That boys and male teachers are incapable of controlling themselves? I think we do as much of a disservice to men as to women with this.
It still doesn't mean that I want someone like breathing on me all the time, but there we go. I mean, things change as you get older, depending on who you're with and whatever. You know, your best mate, you might be like, hi, you know, have some armpit smell, you know, but, you know, someone you've just met, you're not gonna do that.
I do not give you permission to touch me anywhere but my upper arms. Unless I know you, then the boundaries will widen, of course. They always do. I mean, girls with girls are quite happy to touch each other's boobs and bum-bums. Maybe guys slap each other's ass and that's great. Because they have earned the right to do that. They have the permission, whether implied or given, to do that. But if you don't know someone and you're invading their personal space like that, it's not nice, guys. It's not nice, don't do it, it's naughty.
We know more about sexuality, we know more about gender, we know about the diversity of it, and yet we still got the knuckle draggers thinking that, you know, oh look, boobies equals sex.
A woman should be able to walk naked without people harassing her or telling her she is a whore or coming with things, sexual things.
A lovely girl, maybe about my age, just went right over to me on the Arc de Triomphe and just said, I just wanted to say that I think your hair is so good. And I thought that was really sweet, you know, I wasn't weirded out. And I've had guys say it. I had a bunch of guys say they really like my sunglasses in Florida. And you know what? I was like, you know, yeah, that makes me feel really good about myself. Thank you. It's okay to compliment someone.
People used to come up to me dancing behind me, being really inappropriate, and it made me feel awkward, and I ended up leaving. Because I didn't want to work there because I felt so uncomfortable because I'm not that kind of person anyway. Like literally like the term, I felt objectified, I felt like an object, I felt like someone saw me as just something sexual that they can, like I was an object in the room that they could just dance with. Like a pole in a strip club. Like I felt like a pole and someone was using me.
I honestly don't even understand why people think it is okay to say certain things like, oh, I'll wait for you, oh, I'll see you after work. Like, that's not okay. That's not okay at all. That's actually very creepy, and I take those things very seriously because I have learned not to take those things lightly.
Because it just embarrassed me. And I hated it so much, so I don't want anybody else to deal with that because I know that it's horrible. And I've had friends who've been told this, and I've seen how much it has affected them, and it's honestly horrible.
Things like touching you without your permission. I mean, shaking hands, high fives is fine, but yeah, you know, personal space bubbles are really important, and so is permission and consent and stuff like that, and it's really shit when people don't respect that. You know, I mean, one of the reasons why I don't drink that much, to be honest, because I cannot stand someone standing over me going, you're really pretty.
Some of them have just said, hi, I just want to say you're really beautiful. And that's very sweet. And I say, you know what, thank you. I really appreciate that. I don't mind if someone takes the time to say, I think you look great today. I think that's lovely. But me accepting that compliment, me appreciating that you took the time to write that out, doesn't mean that I'm going to date you. It doesn't mean that somebody is obligated to go out with you because you said they look nice.
It doesn't matter what people are wearing for someone to not accept the word no. because that's just not how it works. But that's how a lot of news articles and people, and that's what they have been trying to drill into our minds, not dress a certain way, but it's not like that at all.
I'm making it harder for other women by putting myself out there like that, by saying to guys and girls, it's okay to look at me as a sex object, because that's how I look at myself. You know, and so many celebrities do that, especially young celebrities. You know, they see themselves as a sex object. This works, so yeah, this gets me attention, so I'm going to use it.
After the case with Clinton, when it was exposed, she was slut-shamed in the media, and she has, it was my understandings of reading some interviews with her, that she had found it incredibly difficult to get and retain jobs since then. She's had to work to regain control of her own image, which can't have been easy for someone who was so vilified.
Kim Kardashian dared to show us a picture of herself, and most of the comments she got were, oh my god, you're a mom, think of the babies. And then Liam Payne showed himself off, and what he got was, oh my god, remove the towel. The same thing happened again a few months earlier, maybe longer, I don't know, I'm bad with dates. Demi Lovato showed a picture of herself, like in the shower or what have you. Tastefully taken, I might add. And she got hate. And then Justin Bieber stood on the end of his boat with his butt to the world, and the comments he got were things like, turn around! A real life example, as opposed to a celebrity example, is also recently, you've all heard the story, it's just been in the news. 2 teachers, one female, there were some racy pictures, she got fired. Male, he got named the sexiest teacher alive, didn't he? Sexiest maths teacher alive. Seriously, Google it, they're all on there. How is that fair? How is it fair?
We need to stop the objectification and stop seeing women as whores, and like men can sleep around with everyone they want. Women can sleep as much as they want. Even maybe it's not good to do it all the time, but they can also decide to not sleep with people.
I know what it's like to have someone give consent over my body to another person. He was my ex-husband. It was my ex-husband. He actually said it was, you know, one of his friends was attracted to me, so he said, that's fine, go bonker.
I just get so frustrated with this topic. I need to drink coffee.
Men can be catcalled at by girls. Men can be sexualized. Men can be masturbated to.
It started off as like innocently, can I have your number? I'm like, no, I have a boyfriend, you can't have my number, not interested. And he proceeded to stand by the pop machine and like wait for me, and he would just like stare at me. And the last time I ever saw him staring at me was when he was standing like from a distance on his phone. You're me, I'm him. And he's just like,
when it comes to fuckboys, how come when they message, why do they find it acceptable for to message someone saying what are you doing, and then they go, oh, I'm in bed, and then they message back saying what would you be doing if I were there? That is inappropriate.
Sex workers have it hard also, you know. Don't get me wrong there, but this whole archaic ideology of the Madonna come whore gender role of females is just ridiculous, and to hear women playing into it by slut shaming or saying, oh, she shouldn't be wearing that, look at her, she's so cheap, look at what she's wearing. You're playing into the objectification as well. You are being the creepy dude.
Somebody says you look nice, it's okay to go, thank you, that's really nice of you. Because even if you don't see it, someone else does, right? And that's cool. But if that person then tries to press you and going, oh, you know, we should hang out, or they start sending you explicit messages, lewd things, I masturbate to your pictures, I really want to go out with you, I saw that you're single, go out with me, anything like that, and I have received all of those. Saying no is down to you.
You know, something has to change in society fundamentally first before anything can change. before, you're not going to walk down the street and get guys shout at you or girls shout at you.
Sometimes it really sucks to be a girl.
I have respect, if you know what I mean. And I told you before that I'm not interested in that kind of talking. I want to get to know someone first before I do anything. And then they completely they was like, oh yeah, I won't. And they even agreed, they said, oh, I'm not that kind of person anyway. Then they went and turned out to be that kind of person, and it kind of made me feel worthless.
Yeah, remember to always watch and listen to the other person's feelings, and if you feel an openness, you could go, and if someone says no, don't do it. It isn't harder than that. So yeah, that's all.
Not everybody reacts the same, and I think we need to create a safer space for everybody, male and female. That's all I've got to say. See you again.
If you've ever done anything like this, please just think about it before you do it, because you don't know how that's going to make that person feel.
That's not okay. That's not your body. It's my body. Not your body, my body. Keep your hands off of it.
We're still going through this nonsense. You know, I'm fed up with it. That's why I delete, block, and I sit there going for about 30 seconds, and going, what the hell? I fear for my daughter.
If you want to tell somebody they're beautiful, go ahead, but don't do it in a crude and vulgar way like wolf whistling or catcalling, because that's not sweet or cute or nice.
It really sucks to live in a world where people think no means try harder. Say it as many times as I want that I wish the world it wasn't like this, but the fact is it is, and I just have to live with it. Sometimes I just have to buck up and realize that I have to walk with my keys between my fingers to feel comfortable.
I'm not a sexual conquest, okay? I'm a human being.
You should just respect what people say and just respect the boundaries.
Just let people be people.
And learn to punch hard if you must, and run like hell.
We just have to do what we have to be safe.
Permission and consent, always a good thing, people, and I think that's probably all I've got. Bye!
That's my 2 cents on the matter, or my fucking 50 pence, because I don't know what I was talking about.
Thank you very much for listening to us. Hopefully you've learned something, and if you have something to say, either speak below or let me know, and I'll do a part 2 a few months down the line. I'm always looking for people to speak.
This is Travis Feist. Goodbye.
I care about you all, and I just hope you're out there safe.
Thanks a million for watching this particular tirade, everybody. I've been DSM, and you guys have been fabulous, as always. And to myself and Turd, we'll see you next time.
Rate, comment, subscribe, because your mum says so.
Instead of sex education, we need non-sex education. How to value something other than bloody bollocking sex. Do you know what I mean?
It's a very, very good topic to have had us choose to talk on, and I'm happy to have been part of it. Bye guys.
Thanks everyone for being brave enough to come and speak for me. Have your say, Toya's Tirades.